Hi guys, so I just wanted to make a little video to chat about nutrition because, as most of you guys probably already know, you can be doing the most amazing workout program in the world, and if your nutrition is crap, then you're probably not going to get results because we kind of have this little rule that we share about that. Really, like 80% of your weight loss or fitness results are going to be determined by what you're eating and what you're putting into your body. So I just wanted to chat a little bit about a couple of things. I'll be hitting on some of our nutrition plan options. I'll be hitting on Shakeology and also just really briefly on our performance line if you are really looking to optimize results and bring the most to your workouts. So in terms of nutrition plans, if you have something that's working for you and getting you results, then stick with it, right? There's no reason to change everything. If it's something that is making you feel good and is sustainable and is healthy, then stay with it. But if you need some guidance or help, we do have a couple of options as far as nutrition plans, and you can talk to your coach to see what will be best for you, but I'll just give you a little short intro to each. When you have your membership with Beachbody On Demand, which you'll have when you get set up with your whatever package you decide on, a lot of those programs are aligned to what we call Portion Fix. If you have heard of 21 Day Fix, it kind of goes along with that. It's just changed now to Portion Fix because it's being used with a lot of programs, not just the 21 Day Fix program. But basically, it's a little container system, color-coded containers, and you learn basically how much you're supposed to eat and what types of foods and how many servings of those types of foods you're supposed to have each day to optimize your results. And so a lot of the programs on BOD are aligned to that Portion Fix system. So that is one option. And then another option we have is called 2B Mindset, and this was developed by Alana Molstead, who is a registered dietitian, and she had a lot of success with it. But basically, it's a nutrition course. Now, I do want to note this is separate from BOD, so you don't have access to this on BOD. But anyhow, it's designed like a course, and you basically learn how to plate your food and just some strategies for emotional eating, for eating in social situations, or when you're going to restaurants or ordering out. And so just some really great tips and strategies there. And so I've done both of them, and I love different things about both of them, and I sort of kind of in my own way blend things together a little bit. But like I said, if you're looking for something structured or somewhere to start, then going with one of these options is definitely a good way to go. But like I said, talk to your coach for more details that maybe, depending on you specifically, what might work best. What I will say is that overall, both of these plans, and actually just kind of, in general, when it comes to clean eating or healthier eating, we're really focusing on lots of water, limiting processed foods, watching things like refined sugars, added sodium, making sure you're eating lots of veggies and lean protein, and still eating all the food groups, healthy carbs, fats, and fruits, but being a bit more mindful of those. And but anyhow, like I said, it's all about finding what works for you, finding a balance, something that you can sustain, right? And it's not about being perfect, but it's about finding something that you feel good about and that is getting you results and helping you to, progress towards your goals. So okay, so moving on. Next thing I want to talk about is Shakeology. And you're going to see that with a lot of the package options, you're going to have the option to get set up with your first month of Shakeology, actually at a very discounted price. But I wanted to spend a couple minutes talking about it and just my experience with it, because I know there's always a lot of questions, and I think there's a big misconception out there that it's just some protein shake, because that's kind of what I thought when I first started it. Before I started Shakeology, I thought of shakes as being for people who needed to lose weight or being for like bodybuilders, people trying to get a lot of muscle. And those were wrong assumptions. I know that now, but that's kind of where my mindset was before. And so I first saw about it on social media. I saw friends posting pictures of it, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. I was breastfeeding at the time, so I probably was having some really I already have a sweet tooth, but probably had cravings on top of that. And so I just had a little bit of like, oh my gosh, I need to try this. And so when I decided to get into the coaching opportunity, I figured, in the beginning, I just wanted to feel things out, but I figured I'll sign up as a coach so I can save some money on Shakeology, and I'll jump into my fitness program and the accountability groups and start to learn more about healthy eating. And so I just kind of went all in with it. And that was kind of my starting point. That was 3.5 years ago. And so, and at that time I was starting with Shakeology. I'll mention this too. We were new parents. We were eating out, or like really ordering out, getting fast food all the time, not cooking anything at home, skipping meals. You know the deal when you're a new parent. But also it was around the time Christian was going to be starting Solid Foods. And so it was important to me to make sure that we were trying to cook a little bit healthier and do more at home and not eat out so much. And so kind of that's at that time that all of this came into my life. It sort of, helped me to, start making those better choices for our family. And so at the time I started Shakeology, I also started learning more about clean eating and just ways to to shop smarter at the grocery store. And guys, I had been the type that I would always eat cereal for breakfast. I thought things like lean cuisines were healthy, and just had a lot of misconceptions about healthy eating. And so I learned a lot about it at the time I started Shakeology. And the reason I say this is because Shakeology is not going to be like some magic pill. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you're just drinking that but then eating like crap the rest of the day, it's going to bring you some good things, but if you're eating like crap the rest of the time, that's not going to help. So anything that's a magic pill or some kind of fad thing, I would be very skeptical of it. And so I just say this because in order, again, to optimize results with the workouts and then bringing in the nutrition, right? It's the big picture of, are you making healthy choices, most of the time? And so for me, Shakeology, when I started that, it helped me to start making those healthier choices because it became a quick go-to breakfast that I could drink if I was nursing Christian. If we were going out to the library or something, I could take it on the go. It was ensuring me at least one nutrient-dense meal every single day. But like I said, at the same time, I was trying to make those other meals and snacks of the day a little bit better too, just to implement those habits for my family. And so, but it didn't take long for me to fall in love with it. I love the natural energy boost that it gave me. I am obsessed with ice cream and desserts. And so it was like a milkshake that I got to enjoy and experiment with all these fun recipes. I'm not going to lie. I think the first time or two I had it, I was kind of like, I don't know about this, because I tried to get really fancy with my recipe. But once I just kind of found something simple that worked for me and that I enjoyed, stuck to it. But sorry, I just have some notes. I wanted to make sure I was hitting everything. But yeah, so anyhow, that's kind of where it just changed things for me. So at this point, I think of it as a wellness shake. It's ultimately like a multivitamin, and because you're getting so many vitamins and nutrients. And so that's kind of leading to my next thing, is that it is so much more than a protein shake, you guys. Because you're getting all these extra things. There are prebiotics and probiotics to help with digestion. And in terms of the how nutrient dense it is, you guys, that's why there's no other shake out there that measures up to it. Because if you were to go to Target or Walmart and get a $30 tub of protein powder, which to each their own, but I just want to, just point out, if you were to look at the ingredients on that tub of protein powder and look at the nutrition label and compare it side by side to Shakeology, I guarantee you Shakeology would win every time, because the ingredients come from all over the world, and there was a lot of research and thought, and they still continue to improve the formula. In the last year or two, they've added in matcha to it, and so they're always improving things. But I just want to speak to the quality of it, because I know for me, even getting, the discount as a coach, I was kind of like, well, why is it priced this way? And so it wasn't until I really started to obviously appreciate how it was making me feel and what it was doing for my body and making, meal prep a little bit easier, just understanding the ingredients and the process, and just the fact that it really is the best of the best, you guys. So like I said, you'll have a chance to get that discounted for your first month when you get that in your package. But just to reiterate, I absolutely love it because it is like like I said, think of it as a wellness shake. It's something I look forward to every day. Now I have it in the afternoon because that's often when I'm running out to go tutor, and also in the afternoon I tend to like start to crave junk, or if it's like before dinner time and you're always wanting to snack on stuff. So I now have it in the afternoon. I get that little natural pick me up, that little energy boost right when I need it. I did when I had it for breakfast or a morning snack. I loved it then too. But also it just makes the day a little bit easier. Like it's one less thing I have to plan for or prep for. So, okay, enough on that. I'm going to move on, just finish up the last minute or two here about talking about our performance line. So I'll be quite honest, I didn't start performance line probably until like the last 6 months or so after I finished, breastfeeding Noah. And also something to note, any breastfeeding or pregnant mamas, or anybody for that matter, always check with your doctor before starting something new. I started Shakeology when I was 5 months postpartum after having Christian, and I've continued it ever since through my pregnancy with Noah, through breastfeeding both of them. But I did talk with my doctors first. So just always, always run that by them. But as far as the performance line, I started it probably in the last 6 months. And so performance line would be something that if you are really looking to go all in and really ramp up your results and make sure you're bringing it all to your workouts and also having some help with recovery and muscle recovery, the performance stack is an option that you can also have built into one of your packages. And this performance stack comes with our Energize and Recover. And Energize is exactly what it sounds like. It's going to give you that sharpened focus, that boost of energy before your workout so that you can bring your most to it and have the endurance to like push through it. It tastes like sweet lemonade, so I just drink it 20 minutes before I work out and then go do my workout, knock it out. So that Energize is something you can incorporate. It's equivalent, the amount of caffeine is equivalent about to a cup of coffee. So it's nothing that's like totally crazy, all good ingredients. It is sweetened with things like a stevia, and then there's like green tea leaf extract and some other great ingredients in there. As far as Recover, that's going to be your post-workout. So we're bound to be sore, right, after some of these intense workouts. So that recovery formula is going to just help your muscles to do exactly that, to recover and to continue to build that muscle. And it basically tastes like chocolate milk. Like you just have it 20 or 30 minutes or within 20 or 30 minutes after your workout. And so it's going to help your body to recover. So anyhow, like I said, you'll have options to incorporate those into your package if you want to. So anyhow, just wanted to make sure I kind of hit a little bit on some of the important parts of nutrition when it's going to come to how those will, come into play with your workouts. And you guys, this is one reason that I absolutely love what our team, what this company stands for, is because it is about the real nutrition, right? Like I said, no fads, no nothing where you're going to lose 20 pounds in a week and then gain it all back after you stop doing it, whatever it is you're going to do. It's about real nutrition, real workouts, right? Sweating, right? There's no patches, there's nothing like that. You got to sweat, you got to put in the work, and then we have this supportive community to help you along the way. So anyhow, hope that was helpful, and reach out to me or your coach if you have any questions.